Hey guys, this is your boy Kurt Pierce 100 and welcome to my Raw Results video for Raw for last night's Monday Night Raw. The show starts off as I assumed it would start off with the WWE Champion John Cena coming out, and Ryback's challenge for an ambulance match? Cena took that challenge, modified it, and threw it right back at Ryback. Instead, they will have an ambulance match, but only after a lumberjack match and then a tables match. If it's necessary, they'll have an ambulance match. That's right, it's only going to be the fourth ever 3 Stages of Hell match. With the first fall being a lumberjack match, and with the second fall being a tables match, and if necessary, the third fall will be the ambulance match Ryback initially wanted. Now, you gotta figure this favors John Cena. Why? Because this will be the first time John Cena's been in this match. And John Cena almost always wins matches he's in for the very first time. So, does this favor John Cena? Does it? Maybe. What do you think? Do you think John Cena was right to choose a 3 Stages of Hell match? And what do you think of the 3 stages? I don't like the lumberjack match. I think that should be changed to something else. Tables match, I'm fine with. Matches, they're not the most exciting, so I kind of hope someone wins it 2-zip so we don't have to see an ambulance match. But chances are we'll probably end up seeing an ambulance match. Probably. More than likely. After him and Ryback pretty much sealed the deal on this 3 Stages of Hell match, out came Paul Heyman and Curtis Axel. And Axel, through Paul Heyman, challenged John Cena to a match, which John Cena, of course, accepted. What a surprise. And I will get to that match in just a bit later. But for now, let's talk about the matches that happened beforehand. The first match of the night was Alberto Del Rio versus Big E Langston. And thanks to an accidental assist from AJ Lee, Alberto Del Rio managed to defeat Langston. AJ exposed the top turnbuckle. She meant it to help Langston, but that's not the way it turned out. This gives Del Rio a bit of momentum going into his world title match with Dolph Ziggler, which I assume is going to be a payback. The next match was a title match. It was the first of 2 in a row, actually. And it was a U.S. title match between Dean Ambrose and Kofi Kingston. And this match, it actually went to the end. There was no interference from the Shield this time, but it didn't end in a DQ. But Dean Ambrose did manage to pick up the win by defeating Kofi Kingston again. And then as Ambrose was celebrating with fellow Shield members Reigns and Rollins, out came Team Hell No, who'd earlier in the show been given a little pep talk by WWE Hall of Famer Bret the Hitman Hart. But it wasn't enough, sadly enough, that Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns managed to retain the tag team titles against Team Hell No in the very next match, after the US title match. So the Shield still have all 3 of their titles. The next match included a champion, but it wasn't a title match. It was Fandango against Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett. And thanks to the WWE Universe, The Miz was the special guest referee. And he helped Fandango get the win, and then kicked Fandango in the face. And then counted his shoulders down while Summer Rae was lying on top of him. Okay, quick prediction for Payback. Quick prediction for Payback. Quick prediction of one of the matches that's going to happen at Payback. Wade Barrett, Fandango, and The Miz in a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. Book it already, because we already know it's going to happen. That's what they're building up to. If it's not going to be a Payback, it's going to be on Raw in the next couple of weeks. Then we had a 6-man tag team match with the biggest team in perhaps 6-man team in perhaps WWE history. Tons of Funk against the Great Khali. And the Great Khali, sorry, against 3MB. No prizes for guessing who won. Tons of Funk and the Great Khali, of course. Nothing was revealed about. Well, we didn't learn any more about Caitlyn's secret admirer. At least I didn't see anything about it. Then Paul Heyman made his second of 3 appearances of the night, when he was a guest of Chris Jericho on Chris Jericho's well-known talk show, The Highlight Reel. And Chris Jericho was determined to talk about Paul Heyman's client, but he didn't want to talk about Curtis Axel or Brock Lesnar. He wanted to talk about a man we haven't seen in a few weeks, the best in the world, quote-unquote, CM Punk, who was meant to be taking some time off because of some injuries he had while he was champion and stuff like that. But Chris Jericho made some remarks that if Punk was sitting at home, he isn't the best in the world, that Chris Jericho is. And it led to Jericho challenging Punk to a match at Payback, which, on behalf of Punk, Paul Heyman accepted. Now, these two went mad Extreme Rules was only last year in a Chicago street fight. So they have met in Chicago before, where Payback is being held. So that's it. CM Punk had about 6 weeks off. Now he's coming back to face Chris Jericho at Payback, apparently. I don't trust Paul Heyman. I just don't. I say he'll find a way to get Punk out of this. Or he might find a way to get Curtis Axel in the match. Or maybe even, God forbid, Brock Lesnar. That would be hilarious. Late substitution. Punk will not be competing, but here's Brock Lesnar. that would be brilliant to see Chris Jericho's face. He'd be like, oh shit. I'm gonna be like Triple H faking a concussion. The next match was a tag team match. It was a Divas match between the Bella Twins against Caitlyn and Natalya, who've really become good friends through Caitlyn's secret crush. The Bella Twins defeated Caitlyn and Natalya. I assume using Twin Magic because I didn't see that match, because watching the Divas now is boring unless you're looking at them for self-pleasure. But after the match, it was Natalya's birthday and she was in her hometown of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And after the match, after the Bellas won, they started teasing her and mocking her and stuff like that. Started to make her cry. It was classic bitch work from bitchy behavior from the bitches that the Bella Twins are. And if you have a problem with me calling them bitches, what word would you call them? They're evil women. It's either bitches or witches. The bitches are witches. The next match was more entertaining than the whole Raw. It was Team Rhodes Scholars against Celtic Vipers. If you don't know who they are, that's Sheamus and Randy Orton. Orton and Sheamus picked up the victory, and Sando will not wake up until sometime today from his bro kick. I can definitely see a Sheamus and Orton maybe going for the tag team titles because they want to get back at the Shield. Remember, before at WrestleMania, Orton and Sheamus were feuding with the Shield until they started having other feuds. Sheamus with Mark Henry, and Orton with the Big Show. But now that they're done with those feuds, they can move on to other feuds. I would like to see Orton and Sheamus get the tag titles just to give them a title, because Orton hasn't been a champion in a while, and Sheamus hasn't held a title either since he lost the world title to the Big Show late last year at Hell in a Cell. So, the final match, the main event of the week was the main event of the night was Curtis Axel versus John Cena. John Cena was dominating the match, of course. But as we saw at the start of last week's Raw, out came an ambulance. So John Cena obviously went to check the ambulance, assuming Ryback was in the ambulance. He checked the front and he checked the back. No Ryback. But when Cena turned his back, guess who appeared? Oh yeah, it was Ryback. Boom, from behind. Ryback tried to put him through the screen thing again, like he did Extreme Rules. But Cena got out of the way. He tried to AA Ryback, but Ryback got off and pushed Cena down. Curtis Axel picked up the victory via countout, but that wasn't the story. In fact, we all forgot he was even there. The story had turned to John Cena and Ryback. So Curtis Axel technically has 2 victories over a combined total of 2 men who have a combined total of 26 world titles via countout. Okay, I can't wait till someone gives Curtis Axel the royal ass kicking. He is so richly deserving. What did you think of Monday Night Raw? And what do you think about my match prediction? Will that match be real? Will CM Punk be at Payback? If you want to leave a comment, do. If you don't bother. But until next time, this has been your boy Corey Wonder. Please like, subscribe, and peace.